Welcome to the CBS Eye on Money show. It's Tuesday, July 26th. This is one of the two most important dates, maybe five. Let's say the five most important dates in the Jill on Money family. Five dates. Do you know why, gang? It's Mark's birthday! Woo! It's Mark's birthday. It's Mark's birthday.
Time for Fudgy the Whale tonight.
Fudgy the Whale, a little Carvel throwback for you. Very good.
Amanda has never had a Carvel cake.
What? How is that possible?
Well, she didn't grow up here. I'm not quite sure she even knows what Carvel is, to be honest.
You know, for those of you who don't know, Carvel is soft serve ice cream. You know the story behind it, right, Mark?
Tom Carvel?
Tom Carvel, this old guy. Well, so if you grew up in the New York area, there were these funny commercials with like, I'm Tom Carvel. So the story is this guy had a push cart of ice cream. The something like the refrigeration broke down and the ice cream melted. And he was on Central Avenue in like Yonkers, New York. And everyone was like, wow, this soft ice cream is amazing. That was where soft serve was born. Now, Mark, do you remember that when I interviewed Ben and Jerry, that they said to me that Carvel was some of the best mass-produced ice cream out there? I was so happy to hear that. Anyway, the birthday cake and why it's so awesome is they have these little chocolate crunchies, which I'm sure are artificial and horrible, but they are delicious.
No doubt artificial and horrible. But yeah, once a year, you can't beat it.
I do it much more than that because where I have my summer house, I have a Carvel. I'm all in. I do like the junior twist in a cup with crunchies. That's my order.
I haven't had a Carvel in years, and I'm starting to research right now where I can actually buy a cake.
Now, let me just be clear. Don't buy a cake in a grocery store because the cakes that end up in the grocery stores are not very good.
Yeah, so where am I going to go?
I don't know. Is there a Carvel in the city or not?
I highly doubt it.
I'm going to find out. I'm going to get you a Carvel cake. Anyway, happy birthday. I am celebrating your birth. Mark and I just realized that we know each other for 13 years right now. It's a pretty good number, right?
We've known each other for 13 years, and we've been working together, producing some form of audio content for the last 11 years.
It's a lot of years. I mean, it's pretty good. I want to thank Harvey and Constance for bringing us together. Those are the people who used to run CBS Radio. So thank you. And thank you, Mark. And happy birthday, my man. I'm so happy.
Well, I thank you. And thank you for the birthday dinner last week.
We'll tell you more about that after we actually have it, since we're recording this before we have the dinner. All right. Today, we have got to stop talking about Mark's birthday. We are talking to Jessica, who is from Pennsylvania. Hi, Jessica. Wish Mark a happy birthday.
Hi, Jill. Happy birthday, Mark.
Thank you.
He looks good, doesn't he? Jessica, what brings you to our airwaves today?
I'm very excited to be here. All right. So I'm just going to kind of lay out our situation, if that's okay with you. And then
absolutely
go from there. So great. I am 36. My husband is 38. We have 3 kiddos. They are ages 8, 5, and 9 months.
Whoa.
So yeah, chaos all the time. And we, so we own our house. Our house is probably worth about $450,000. We have a 20-year mortgage on it. Probably about $300,000 left. It's at a 2.5% rate.
Fabulous.
Yeah. And that's our only debt right now. We just recently took out a home equity line of credit for a home repair project that is necessary. It has to be done. It's no fun at all. And it's going to cost probably about $40,000, but otherwise no other debts.
Wait, let me just one quick question on the HELOC. What is the available amount? You're going to spend 40. What did you get as a line?
It's a $100,000.
Perfect. Because sometimes those projects, whatever, even if they're necessary, balloon up. I just wanted to make sure you had enough cushion there.
There's enough cushion there for sure. So that's in the near future, but otherwise, like I said, no other debts.
Who's taking care of these children? This is ridiculous. You have too many children.
My oldest is in school now, so she's in second grade. My middle child will go to kindergarten this year, and then the baby is still in daycare. Mm-hmm. And so in terms of the kiddos, what we have done is as our kids have phased out of childcare, we've taken the money that we've spent on childcare, or at least close to the amount of money, and put it into 529s.
That's very brilliant. That's a great idea because then it's not like, oh, you have this extra cash flow and then everything is spent.
Yeah, and that's what we figured. So the oldest has about between $400 and $500 a month. We wanted to bump that up a little bit, but right now she's at between $400 and $500 a month going into her 529. The middle kiddo will get to that amount later this year when she's fully out of childcare and into the school system. And then the baby, we're just putting like $40 a month in to put something in. And then when she gets into the school system, we'll bump that amount in for her too.
How much is in each of the 529 accounts currently?
Yeah, the total between all three of them is something like 12,000. It's not a ton, I think, and it's split between like I think 9,000, 2,000, and whatever.
Okay,
something like that. 1,
are you guys both working out of the home?
We are, yes.
How much do you guys earn?
Yeah, I make about 110 a year. My husband right now is making about 64. He works in education. And so a big part of the reason I wanted to talk to you is based actually on his financial situation. He makes about 64,000 currently. In at least Pennsylvania, teachers hit we call a jump step. So eventually they hit this point in their career where they get a very large raise. That's kind of how they entice people to stick around.
And is it based on time in the system?
Yes, exactly.
How much longer is that for you guys?
So he gets half of that raise in September. Yes. And he gets the second half of that raise next September. So over the course of the next 12 months, he'll actually end up getting about a $50,000 raise.
Holy smokes.
Yeah. It's
how many years did you have to stay in to get that jump?
15. So this is his 15th.
Wow. Does he also have a pension?
He does. And so that's the other thing I wanted to chat with you about. So for him, if he works till age 59, which that's also based on time spent in the system. So if he works till age 59 and retires, he'll have a pension of $10,000 a month.
Mark's laughing. I love this. Okay.
Until both he and I die. So he would take the option that his pension would continue until I died as well.
I like how she keeps like throwing death in. When we die. I like that you use the word. I'm a huge fan of the word die. I feel like people are like, they passed away or he went. And I am all about like, I say the word die all the time. And I think my girlfriend thinks it's a little macabre, but okay.
Well, the thing, Jill, right? I feel like life is not guaranteed. And so for us, I'm in this place where I want to make sure that we're saving for our retirement. We have this awesome pension. I want to make sure that we're doing the right things now. Mm-hmm. But I also want to live our life. And I want kids to have good experiences and family vacations and all of that. And so I want to save appropriately, but also live.
Okay, Jess, how much money? I called you Jess. Is that what you're called?
I was just going to say, look at you.
I know, I'm a very good friend. Because I wrote down Jess instead of Jessica. Jessica, how much are you putting away in your retirement account?
Right now, I'm putting away 8%.
Is it a traditional 401k?
Traditional 401k. My employer matches it 50%.
Up to 8% or up to 6%?
That's a good call. Up to 6%. 50% of what I put in, up to 6%.
Okay, great. How much is in there right now?
Right now, as of this morning, it's about 100,000.
Besides that traditional 401k and the 529, and then you have the pension, are there other investment assets you have?
There's not right now. We have 12,000 in a Roth IRA that's just kind of sitting there, but otherwise, no.
How about a boring checking, savings, money market, just a emergency reserve fund?
Yeah, so we have about 20,000 in an emergency reserve. Okay. I feel like we probably need to beef that up. But that's where it's at right now.
Okay, no problem. If you look at your current, you've got such high costs, I know, with childcare. But if you look at your combined income, this 110 plus the 64, how has it been for you guys?
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've been able to get rid of like school debts and things like that. Right now, we spend about $10,000 a month on everything.
How nice, because in retirement, you'll get $10,000 a month.
So we spend about $10,000 a month on everything. That includes the savings into the 529. And then we save a decent amount of money for vacation. and sometimes I feel guilty about that we're not putting it into retirement savings, but we save almost $1,000 a month for vacations.
Where's our next vacation? I just want to know.
I don't know yet. You know, we are going to Maine in a couple of weeks, and then we're trying to figure out what next year will bring.
Mark, are you a fan of the state of Maine or not?
Oh yeah, Maine is, oh man, it's gorgeous, beautiful.
Beautiful, great state park, a little cold in the water up there.
Yeah.
So, Jessica, how about life insurance? What do you got?
Yeah, we have life insurance. I believe that I have $750,000 in life insurance. My husband has $500,000. We had initially done it like that because I had a lot of student loan debt.
But that's okay. Keep it. And you have no more student loan debt. So that's great.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to make another 50 grand. Like, I'm going to talk to you 2 years from now and you're going to be like, I'm then living large. What are we going to do with that extra money, Mark? What do you want to do with it?
Your husband, I know he has the pension. Is there any retirement plan that he would be eligible for any kind of match?
No, there's no match available.
Okay, so then I would maybe beef up Jessica's a little bit more, and then the rest I would put into a brokerage.
Me too. I'm thinking, Jessica, what we're going to do is let's try to get you're doing 8%, which is great. But I think I kind of want you to be at 15%. So this is not the second. So you get the raise on September, okay? And at that point, just raise your 401k, put it up to 15%. Okay.
And by the way, I'm just going to say it now. I'm going to say it at some point. I'm going to say it now. With that huge pension in retirement, if you have a Roth option, I would start doing Roth.
That's what I'm thinking also.
We have a Roth option.
You do or you don't? I'm sorry. You do. Okay. So let's start with this. Let's stop the traditional 401k. Right now, your 8% that's going into traditional, go into Roth. Then in September, we're going to pop you up to 15%. Okay. And that's what you're going to do in September. And then extra cash flow, your $1,000 that's going into your vacation fund, that's fine. Money that's going into the kids 529, fine. Extra money, you're going to first beef up your emergency reserve fund. Okay. Because, it is unlikely that he's going to lose his job, but just like, you want probably, I don't know, I would like 30 or 40 in there. Let's say 30. And then after that, we're going to try to create, let's call it a brokerage account, like a non-retirement brokerage account. How are you feeling about managing your own money?
I like the idea of not paying fees.
Okay.
But I also feel a little nervous about it.
So where is your 401k held right now?
It's with Fidelity.
Okay. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to open up a Fidelity account and you can then look at all of your accounts together. You're going to open up a joint account at Fidelity. Eventually. You don't have to do it this second, but you're going to open it up and you're going to basically start by putting, let's pretend we're going to move forward, right? It's the fall. And you're going to put some amount of money in there, which is going to be maybe, I don't know, it'll probably end up being $1,000 a month, I bet. And you're going to just put half of the money into the intermediate term bond fund index and half the money into what's the broad Fidelity one? It's either the S&P 500 or the broader one. What's the Fidelity version of that, Mark?
I don't know offhand, but I'm sure they have, either the 500 or their own total stock market fund.
And you're just going to do half and half. That's how you're going to start.
Or you can do 80% in stock and 20% in bonds.
Calm down. Just do me a favor. Just do half and half for now. Okay? Just let's get you started. Okay? How is your money invested in your 401k?
It's a 500 index.
See, you already know how to do it. Now let's go a year later. A year after that, what you're going to do is you are going to make sure that your 401k is maxed out. You'll be able to do it. You'll be able to afford it. Not a problem. Instead of you being at 15%, you will be at about 20%. So it'll be, because you can go 20,500 this year. I bet that's going to go up next year, Mark, because of the inflation adjustments. But you want to max out your Roth 401k in the year 2023. Okay. And then the rest of the money is going to go into the brokerage account. If you've got a ton of extra cash flow, a ton, like if you're like, I have so much more money, it goes into the brokerage account, but then you could amp up your 529 plan. You really could. What's the project, by the way, in the house?
No, it's a retaining wall.
Oh, God, that's a boring
It's
project.
so boring. It's horrible.
How about your estate documents? Do you have wills?
Oh, Jill, I was hoping you didn't ask us, weren't going to ask us this.
Mhm.
No, it's been like number one on the list of things to do for 8 years now, and it hasn't been done.
Is the guardianship the issue?
It's really just like finding the time and figuring out how to get it done.
We already talked about that you and I both like the word death and die. So that to me, I mean, you're going on these vacations, you're going to go swimming in Maine, you're out there, there's bears, there's bad things. Like, I don't want you to get mauled by a bear and not have your estate documents done.
I know.
Do you not have a friend who is a lawyer? Like,
I don't think I do.
What?
I know, it's weird.
There's so many lawyers out there. What is the most efficient way for you to do this? I think you're going to have to go to Policy Genius and use their estate tool. PolicyGenius.com, which is really, and by the way, they do support the show on and off, so they're advertisers, but they have a module to help you do estate planning online. Now, you don't have a particularly complicated life, and if you actually can just get this done and have some, I don't know, like just have some holding plan for this. So even if you said, well, it's not perfect, but okay, it doesn't have to be perfect. It can be the plan you have for now. And you can revisit this if you get, if you have more complications or something comes up and you need a lawyer, fine. But just go to Policy Genius and get it done. You will stay in touch with us. Tell us how that beautiful retaining wall is going. Throw some flowers in there while you're at it.
Oh.
And let us know if you have any problems when you get this extra money and you need help with the brokerage account, okay?
Thank you so much, Jill, and thank you, Mark.
Thank you so much for joining us. If you, like Jessica, want a little bit of a heat check on what's going on in your financial life, give us a holler. Go to JillOnMoney.com, click on the Contact Us button. Let us know if you'd be willing to come on the air. You check the box. Mark does everything else. While you are on the website, don't forget to sign up for our free weekly newsletter because the Birthday Boy does that every single week, every Friday. It's great. Thank you so much for listening. Mark Talercio is our co-host and executive producer. We're distributed by Paramount Global. We drop our episodes every Tuesday and Thursday. Don't forget to leave us a rating and review on Apple. Curiosity, compassion, community. Thank you so much for listening. Put your hands metaphorically on someone's back. It's going to make them feel better. It's going to make you feel better. We'll talk to you on Thursday.